my god, they're so cute! They're tiny! Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to TechNodeFirmaCraft. So as you can see, we now have some baby cows. Yay. So this one is a female? No. Yeah, that's a female. So that's good. Let's see what we got. Another female and a male. So you are soon to be Steak. Me, I'm Steak. Okay, that's enough of that. So, yeah, that is really nice. We should be getting the sheep here soon, November 18th. What is the date? So it's October 25th. So, yeah, we don't have much time until that happens. So we'll have some baby sheep, too. So we are really going to... Oh, my gosh, that guy can jump high. So we are going to have to figure out where we're going to put these guys as a permanent fixture. And I don't think it's going to be inside the wall. I think we're going to need to build some farms outside of the wall. But for today, I haven't been able to get the platinum yet. And so instead, I think we're going to do a little bit of building. So this little pond down here has been something that I've been wondering what to do with. I was thinking about filling it in, but I had a suggestion from one of you guys to make this into like an underground spring. So I think that's what I'm going to do first here. I'm figuring I'd probably make like some type of a stone brick vaulted ceiling in here. And then take this wall. This is where I wanted this wall to go across. So when we meet the cave area of that, we'll just put an opening going into that area. So I think that'll look pretty cool. So what I need to do is figure out what I need for that and gather up a few items, and then I'll come back and we'll look at building that. So one really nice thing here is that our cherry trees have started to actually turn into trees. So come next year, we'll be able to get some cherries here. And it'll look kind of cool when they bloom, too. But so what I need to do down here to prepare for building this little cave-type area is to do some terraforming here. So what I want to do, I think, is keep the kind of the natural shape here, but make it a little bit steeper. And we're going to use our normal path method with half slabs to get down into it, but it's going to be going at an angle instead of going straight in. And I think that's kind of a neat idea, but I do have to do some terraforming here, and I've kind of got to figure out where exactly the path is going to be here. I had talked about putting it just right next to the wall, which would be either here or here for the edge of the path, and then I suppose we'll want it to turn somewhere down here. But I think what I might do is have a little building or two here, and so the path might be out here a little bit. So yeah, I need to do the terraforming here, and then like I said, figure out the path, and then I'll be back and we'll look at actually making the arches in here. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse. So I figured I would give you guys a heads up on what's been going on, why I haven't had a video out for a little while, and there's a couple of things that have been going on. Now you might still be able to hear it a little bit in my voice. I have been ill with some type of a sinus and sore throat issue for almost a week now, and that has really been causing me a lot of problems. But that's only a small part of it. You know, I was able to do the time lapse during that because there's no talking, obviously, during that. But the other thing is there has been a change at my job. Now, I'm really excited about this change. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a welder. I work for a company that does, heavy machinery construction. And I am really excited to say that I have been kind of selected to intern in the engineering department. So I'm really excited about that, starting to learn the software that is used. And after a little bit of time, hopefully I will find out whether or not I'm a fit for the job. And also it's to find out whether or not I really want to take the position, because I am really good at what I do. So hopefully, if it's not, I can just continue on working where I do currently. But so, yeah, that's been taking a lot of my time between that and being sick. I've been sleeping a lot, and I just haven't had any time to play. So hopefully I'll be able to get back into the things that I need to do here to get videos out. And yeah, let's continue on here. So there's a couple of things to look at here. First one is I have planted the cherry trees around here, and actually this one here, I don't think I want to put it there. They're just too close together there. But I decided to put more cherry trees along the path here, and the main reason for that is that I need somewhere for my fruit, and I didn't know for sure where to put it. So this seems like a good place. I might move it later. I don't know. We'll just have to see how that works. Now, another thing is, obviously, the garden is finally completely ripe. What is left here, every single thing is fully mature. So we have a lot of grain, we have a lot of potatoes. I believe over here we have squash and cabbage. Yeah, squash and cabbage as well. So we've got a lot of stuff to harvest, and we're going to need somewhere to put that. Now, I was saying I'm not really too keen on this Cellars add-on, but I think I am still going to keep it, but we're going to move it from this location. While I was building this area, I had a kind of an epiphany moment where I realized what I could do down here. So obviously I've got the gravel floor. I removed all the dirt and put in gravel and smooth stone. And we're going to have this little pond down in here and kind of indicate that it's a spring, which I think is really cool by itself. But also in one of the walls here, and I haven't decided which one, maybe this one here, we are going to put the cellar into the wall. And I think that is a really neat idea. It'll give more of a purpose for this room. So it will be not only a fresh source of water in case of attack, quote-unquote attack, because they would want to have a fresh water source inside of the walls of a castle or any type of a fortification, but also it is an easily defended area that we can have food storage in. So I really like that idea. So obviously I've got to move that. Now there's a couple other things here to discuss of what has gone on in between episodes, and yeah, I just ran out of bread. Man, I have been using bread really fast. I don't know what is going on with that for sure. But so obviously a lot of time has passed. We are now almost completely out of late autumn. We're going to be starting winter here really soon. So I went up north and gathered up all of the fruit. We have a lot of oranges now and a lot of red and green apples. I also found some elderberries, of all things. Those are a late summer fruit, and I've managed to find a couple of them that still had fruit on them, which is rather odd. But while I was up there, I also went over and grabbed a few more of the native platinum nuggets. So we now have enough platinum to finish out that mechanism quest. So at this point, I think I'm probably going to melt down those platinum nuggets, start working on moving the cellar over into the wall over here, and I'll probably also harvest the garden out here, and I'll show you guys how much I get out of this, because it is going to be a huge amount of grain. So I'm going to get to that, and I'll be back in a little bit. Well, this is really nice. For the first time in quite some time, we see an open field here in front of the fence. So, yeah, finally got it all harvested. Now, because I'm sure if I don't show this, we're going to have a few individuals with hurt posteriors will come down in here, and of course this is where the cellar is now. Now, I do think that I will be covering the front of this a little bit more, just to make it look like it's actually built into the rock. But if we come inside of here, I decided to make it a little bit narrower this time. It's maximum depth and minimum width, basically, for storage. So it's pretty much the maximum amount of storage for the amount of ice usage. So I'm really liking that. Now I have all of my old produce on this side. Well, not just produce, it's fruits, vegetables, grains, and also the meats are over here somewhere too. Here, the protein items. Now on this side is all of the new stuff. And let me tell you, we got a lot of new stuff. So we have an entire cellar shelf full of potatoes, and then almost another third. Well, actually, I think that is almost exactly a third. Then we have a fair amount of cabbage and a little bit of squash, so we have some vegetables to be using in sandwiches. Then up here we have almost an entire shelf of maize. Now that, coupled with what we have down here, with almost 2 stacks, will basically give us an entire cellar shelf. That is a lot of maize, and I used a lot of that to make corn whiskey and cornbread here recently. Now next up, and yes, I know I still have to process this stuff into the grain, but we have a lot of wheat, a lot of rice, good amount of rye, good amount of oats, and then quite a bit of barley too. So we still have a lot of additional storage available here. But that's where I'm at currently. Now, as I was building this, I got to thinking that probably a good thing to do here would be to have, you know, say right above this, maybe in this area right up here, we would put the food area. So if you watch the first series that I made on TechNodeFirmaCraft, I had a food warehouse. Well, I don't think we'd quite be making a warehouse since we have the cellar down below, but I think what we would do is we would have some type of a building up here somewhere on this platform that would have the food prep in it, and then a staircase leading down into this area with the spring and the cellar. Now also we have our pickled foods over here, as well as our alcohol and vinegar and things like that. And I was thinking that it would be kind of nice to have some type of a storeroom for that as well. So I think what I'll probably do for that, and this will not be something I will do right now, but I'm going to go either into that hillside, or well, that cliff side, or this one over here, and we will make an underground storeroom. And I think that'll be pretty fun to make as well, and that will allow then the food area to access into that stuff as well. So I like that idea. So now I guess we can move on to kind of finishing out this cave. Now, I don't know if you could see it in the time lapse, but all of these blocks that are overhead are carpenter's blocks. Now, one problem that I have with that is I have found out that a falling block will destroy a carpenter's block. So if we take a carpenter's block and a piece of gravel, we can place the carpenter's block on the ground, and we can place, well, basically any block on top of it. Here, let's go like this. And we can place a block of gravel on top of it, and that's not a problem. Now, when this becomes a problem is when it turns into flint. No, that is not the problem. When this becomes a problem is when the item falls onto it. So this is going to take... This isn't going to work. I'm going to have to grab a different block. Let me grab a brick. Okay, so if we have something like this and the gravel falls on top of it... Oh. Okay, well maybe it's only a non-textured carpenter's block. Let me try that, because I know I've had carpenter's blocks be destroyed. Or was it just the stairs? Ooh, if it's just the stairs that are destroyed, because I remember a stair block being destroyed by a falling block entity. Yeah, there's the one that will get destroyed. So apparently the stairs will be destroyed, but the full blocks won't. Now that is really interesting to find out. But so what I've got is the carpenter's blocks up above, and so I will be making the top of this cave area out of carpenter's blocks. Basically anything that will be an overhead block will be a carpenter's block, so that we don't have to worry about it caving in. Now I'm still probably going to put what would appear to be some type of reinforcement with bricks going through here in places, but that is going to take a little while. And also we need to get, before I go too deep, we need to get this beehive out of here. So I haven't really been too worried about getting into forestry in the bees, or the trees for that matter, because I've seen a lot of changes in that, but we're going to have to get at least a scoop so that we can pick that guy up. So let's go ahead and head over here and we will make up a scoop real quick. So the scoop is made with some sticks and some wool. Which one do I have the wool in? That's a good question. This one. So wool cloth, I don't know if we can use wool cloth or if we need to change that into a block. So let's look up the scoop. And this, okay, silk cloth, wool cloth, silk or wool. Okay, so that's no problem. Actually, before I think we had to change them into wool blocks. So that's actually kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and drop that back off. Now these guys do have durability. I think they can break like 6 or 7 hives before they break. At least that's the way that it used to be, so we'll see what the durability is on this here in just a second. So all that we do is break the hive with the scoop, and okay, it's got 10 durability. Alright, well that works. So we got a princess and a drone out of that, Meadows versions, and we got a honeycomb. So in the future we will be able to do a little bit with that. Now we have another hive over here. We might as well break this one. Now I think this was a modest hive. Yes. So this gives us a modest princess and a modest drone, and it gave us a parched comb. Now the parched comb, I don't remember what these give in the centrifuge. Honey drops and beeswax. Okay, and this one will give us beeswax and honey drops as well. So they are basically identical. The difference is where the bees can be used in breeding. And I suppose I will want to set down a chest special for the bees. I suppose I'll do this over here, and we'll just drop off all of this stuff that is bee related. And yeah, I have a lot of building over here in this cave to try to actually get it to be a cave. And so I'm going to get to that, and I will be back after that is done. So you very definitely get the dirt back from farmland now, and that is a really nice thing. I was afraid I was going to have to replace all this dirt, and it's part of the reason why I had not been using dirt to backfill this area. But yeah, I cleaned up the tilled farmland here, and I got every bit of the dirt back. Now I still have a little bit to clean up down here, but that I'm going to have to kind of plan out how I want to terraform this, if I'm going to change it in any way, so that the paths can come together, and then I can also bring the wall around here, or if I'm just going to send it straight across here. I'm not sure what I want to do there for... I don't know. I had thought about putting a gate here and a gate there, but I might bring the paths together here and then have a single gate up here. I don't know. I'll have to look at that later. But I have made the path here bigger. I have also put in some carpenter's blocks with glowstone, and that has made it really nice and bright here, which that's a very good thing. I've also extended that into the stairs going up to the second tier, and also I've run it up against the wall here. Now, the reason I've run it up against that is we are going to eventually be putting a gatehouse here. So this will be the gatehouse going south, and then we will have to have one on the north side going into the northbound paths as well. Now down inside of the cave, I have done quite a bit of work here. You can see I've got a decent cave look here. Of course, like I said, all of this is carpenter's blocks, and I've been able to put enough glowstone in here to eliminate all spawnable spaces in the area that I have worked on. I've also moved my food prep over here because, yeah, obviously our food is stored over here now. But that also means that we are going to have to consider figuring out something for our cheese production because, yeah, I have one wheel of cheese. It's in the food prep. We've got to get something that will produce a bit more cheese. But I do have more work to do on this still to close off the rest of it. But I really feel I need to get this episode finished up so that you guys can see what I've been working on. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on, I'd like to hear them. But yeah, got some good progress. Map is starting to look pretty cool. And actually, let's take a look at the map here. So let's turn our groups off. But I actually had, for a short period of time, just the marble brick borders around the path. I actually thought it looked kind of cool. We had no gravel in the middle, and it was just the, not rhyolite, schist bricks underneath. And so it had this color in the center. I thought it actually looked kind of cool. So, I don't know, maybe I'll show you guys what that looks like the next time that I'm working on the path. I still have to connect these paths together, but I think it might be an interesting idea. But anyway, I'm going to say thanks for watching. We got an Enderman. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on, be sure to leave that down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.